is study of nature and laws. To understand it for grade 11, 12, IIT JEE and NEET children, we need to understand basic mathematics involved in it. So today I am going to discuss a part of basic mathematics, that is differentiation. Differentiation is a big part of class 11th and 12th in mathematics. But I am going to brief this. We will discuss few important formulae that will help to solve physics in class 11th and 12th. So consider two variables y and x, where y is a function of x, and the variation of y with respect to x is supposed in this way. Take any 2 points on that variation, say A and B. Suppose that A position along x-axis is at x1 and on y-axis is equal to y1. Similarly, at B, position along x-axis is x2 and position at B is suppose y2. Now this is change of delta y from y1 to y2, and this is change along x-axis from x1 to x2. This delta y change on y-axis depends on the change of x-axis. Now the rate of change of y with respect to x is called differentiation. How will you explain in mathematical way the rate of change of y with respect to x is equal to delta y upon delta x? Now look at the 2 points A and B. If you join it, you will get a straight line. If you will join with a straight line, that delta y upon delta x indicates tan theta in that right angle triangle. This is equal to tan theta, and that tan theta is called slope. Slope of the line. Because the line is not a straight, so we have to state that differentiation for very small interval of time. We have to take that change for very small interval of time. Now differentiation is rate of change of y with respect to x for very short interval of delta x. That is represented by delta y upon delta x, limit delta t tends to 0, and that is symbolically is represented by dy by dx. So delta y by delta x now can be written as dy by dx. What does it mean here? Delta x is tending to 0. That quantity is very small. Now for very small interval of that x, we have to observe that delta y. If this length is very small, then the part of the variation is almost straight, so there will be less error. So this is called slope of it. In y versus x variation, if I say what will be the differentiation of y with respect to x, that is dy by dx at point A. So number 1, dy by dx, that is differentiation of y with respect to x at point A is, we have to take a small element in it that will give very small change here on x-axis, that is delta x, and similarly this variation will show on y-axis delta y. So instead of this, we need to take a tangent. We need to draw a tangent at point A. Suppose coordinate of this point is 2, 3 and coordinate of this point is -1, 0. Then how will we calculate slope at A? So dy by dx at A is limit delta x tends to 0, delta y upon delta x, that is equal to slope at this point. So slope is, it will be equal to, slope is perpendicular tan theta, perpendicular upon base. So perpendicular is 3, 2 from 0 to this point, so 2, 3. So perpendicular is 3 minus 0 upon, what about base? Base is from 0 to this point is 2 and here on left it is -1. So it is 2 minus -1, that becomes 3 by 3 is equal to 1. So dy by dx is equal to 1. So this is variation. X and y, they are varying in same proportion. If I say dy by dx at point B, suppose this is point B, then you need to draw a tangent at this point. Since it is horizontal to y-axis, therefore that will make an angle 0 with horizontal. Therefore this will be equal to tan theta, and as theta is equal to 0, so it will be equal to 0. There is no variation, it will be a constant. So here in first case that is 1 and in second case it is 0. If I say what is slope at point C or dy by dx at point C is equal to, now again you need to draw a tangent. Let its coordinate, suppose that tangent touches the line x-axis at a certain position, suppose here, and its coordinate is, suppose here this is 7, 3 and here this is 10, 0. Then slope will be equal to, you will take this angle should be theta. So we have to take that value in negative. So that will be equal to, this is, initial point is this, final point is this, along horizontal and vertical both. So that will be, vertical is 3 upon 0 minus 3. Why 0 minus 3? Because final is 0, initial is 3. Vertical height. So 3 to 0. Vertical change. Y change. What about x? That will be, here this is 7 and here this is 10. So 10 minus 7. So minus 3 by 3 is equal to minus 1. This is negative and this is positive. So differentiation, variation can be positive, it can be negative, or it can be 0. Let us conclude that for a function y is equal to fx, as x changes by x to x plus delta x. Suppose delta x is a small change in it. Therefore, y will change from y to y plus delta y. Therefore, this function becomes y plus delta y is equal to x, fx plus delta x. Therefore, differentiation dy by dx is equal to limit delta t tends to 0 delta y upon delta x. What is delta y? Delta y is, initially it was fx and then it becomes fx plus x. So change will be limit delta x tends to 0. The meaning of this is, this delta x is infinitely small. So delta x tends to 0, fx plus h minus fx, that is change in y function, divided by this minus this. So that will be delta x. This is x plus delta x. Or dy by dx can be, if we replace delta x by h, that is very small quantity. So limit h tends to 0, fx plus h minus fx upon h. That is what mathematical explanation of differentiation. How will you prove that? How will you apply in different functions? Let us see with an example. Let y is equal to x square. X square. Y is a function of x. As x varies, y also varies. So we can say that y is a function of x. So how will you differentiate this? Dy by dx is equal to, differentiation of y with respect to x will be equal to limit h tends to 0. This is your function fx. So fx plus h can be written as x plus h whole square minus fx is x square only divided by h. This can be written as limit h tends to 0. This is x square plus h square plus 2xh minus x square upon h. X square cancel. You will get limit h tends to 0. Take common h and cancel h with it. You will get h minus 2x, h plus 2x. If you will put h is equal to 0 here, you will get 2x. What does it mean? it means dy by dx, if y is equal to x square, that will be 2x. That is our mathematical part in differentiation. But we need to learn few basic formulae related to that. So I am going to write few basic formula related to differentiation. If you differentiate a function fx, then its result becomes f dash x. If you will take a small function, say x to the power n, then differentiation of x to the power n with respect to x will be equal to nx to the power n minus 1. Let us practice that formula. Like suppose if I have written, you have to understand this formula only and how to apply this formula. That is all about in physics. So first example, if I say d by dx of x square, that means n is equal to 2. So you will write 2x to the power 2 minus 1, that is 2x. So d by dx of x square is equal to 2x. We already have calculated that using that differentiation basic formula. Second example, if I say d by dx of x, so x means x to the power 1. So you can write 1 into x to the power 1 minus 1 is x to the power 0, that is 1, so that becomes 1. Or directly you can write dx by dx is equal to 1. Third, if I say d by dx of x cube, that will be 3x square. If I say d by dx of 1 upon root x, so 1 upon root x means d by dx of x to the power minus 1 by 2. So you have to replace this minus 1 by 2 within in your formula. So that will be 1 by 2 x to the power minus 1 by 2 minus 1, that is minus 1 by 2 x to the power minus 3 by 2. So in this way you need to apply your formula here in this way. Second is, if you have a constant with a function, like you have a fx, any constant multiplied with a function, then your constant comes out with the differentiation. So that will be d by dx of fx. Example, if suppose we have d by dx of 5x square, then you should take that 5 outside the integration and then you have to differentiate. So it will be 5 into 2x, that becomes 10x, the previous example. Next formula, d by dx of any constant, this is variable x and there is a constant a, then that will be equal to 0. If we have a constant like d by dx of 7, so that will be equal to 0. d by dx of, suppose a variable pi is also constant, that will be equal to 0. If I say d by dx of 2 to the power 3, then again it is a constant and its differentiation will be equal to 0. Next formula, if I say d by dx of u plus minus v, the two functions u and v, then you have to separate in this way. So d by dx of u plus minus d by dx of v. So you have to split that function in the same way. For example, if I say we have d by dx of 5x square plus 2x minus 3, then that will be equal to, you have to split this function first. So d by dx of 5x square, that we already have done this, that will be 10x plus 2 plus d by dx of 2x and then minus d by dx of 3. When you solve this, you will get this becomes 10x, this becomes 2 outside the differentiation, and dx by dx is 1, that becomes 2 and minus 0. So this is what d by dx of the function. Similarly, you have few more formulae related to that, like d by dx of sin x is equal to cos x. D by dx of cos x is equal to minus sin x. You can pause this video and you can make a click to store these examples and this formula, or you can write after pausing this. Now I am going to rub this second part and we have few more formulae. I am going to write that. Another formula related to the tan function, d by dx of tan x is equal to sec square x. D by dx of, we have many formula you can see in your book. Now product for two functions u into v. If we have two functions with product with multiplication, then you will write first function into differentiation of second plus second function into differentiation of first. For example, d by dx of x square into sin x. Then how will you solve that? First function into differentiation of second plus second function into differentiation of first. Therefore, what will be your result? That will be x square into, what is differentiation of sin x? That is cos x. So cos x plus sin x into differentiation of x square is equal to 2x. So this is your answer. Another formula, d by dx of division u upon v. So how will you differentiate that? For denominator, it is denominator into differentiation of numerator minus numerator into differentiation of denominator whole divided by square of denominator. Let us solve one example related to this formula. D by dx of sin x upon x. How will you solve that? Denominator into differentiation of numerator, that is cos x. Denominator into differentiation of numerator, that is differentiation of numerator is cos x, minus numerator, that is sin x, into differentiation of denominator. Differentiation of denominator dx by dx is 1. So you will write 1 divided by square of denominator, that will be x square. So what will be your result? That is x cos x minus sin x divided by x square. This is your result. Next formula, d by dx of log x is equal to 1 by x. So we have a set of formula. You can go through your book. You will find these set of formulae and you can apply in physics wherever it is that will be required. So I am going to discuss few examples of this differentiation. If you are class 10th children and going to appear for class 11th, then you can solve these kind of problems. We have a problem, let us solve that problem. A body travels on a straight line such that its displacement s is equal to 5t plus 10t square, where t is time. Calculate initial velocity, acceleration and velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds. So how will you do that? How will you solve that? By comparing, if you will solve using your class 10th method, 9-10th method, then you will compare this equation by s is equal to ut plus half at square. This is method 1. And if you will compare this equation with this equation, you will find number 1, initial velocity. U is equal to 5 meter per second. Look at this. And half a is equal to 10. Therefore, acceleration a will be equal to half a is 10, so a will be 20 meter per second square. And how will you calculate velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds, since v is equal to u plus at. So u is 5, a is 20 and t is 2. So that will be equal to 45 meter per second. That method was very easy. Let us solve this problem by method 2, that is differentiation method. And how will you solve that? Let us see. Children, displacement. The relation between displacement and velocity is rate of change of displacement. Velocity is rate of change of displacement. That is v is equal to delta s upon delta t. If this time is very short, then v will be equal to ds upon dt. V is ds upon dt. Similarly, acceleration is rate of change of velocity, that is a is equal to delta v upon delta t. As time is very small, so a can be written as dv upon dt. That is differentiation form of acceleration and velocity. So let us apply this. You have displacement in this way. How will you calculate velocity? Velocity v is equal to ds upon dt. So when you will take that s here, you will get d by dt of 5t plus 10t square. When you will differentiate, that 5 comes out from the differentiation because that 5 is constant and dt by dt is 1. So you will get 5 plus. Similarly, that 10 will come outside the differentiation, d by dt plus with d by dt of 10t square. So this 10 will come out from the differentiation. So you will get 10 into 2t. So this will be equal to 5 plus 20t. V is equal to 5 plus 20t. That is what? Velocity. What do you mean by initial velocity? Initial velocity means velocity at t is equal to 0. So if you will put t is equal to 0 in that expression, you will get u is equal to 5 meter per second. Similarly, if you want to calculate velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds, velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds, then v will be equal to, I'll write here on top because there is no space, so I'm going to rub this question. You must have seen that. So our second part was acceleration. Before that, velocity. So how will you calculate velocity? Velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds, because expression of velocity is this. Therefore, v will be equal to 5 plus 20 into 2, that is 45 meter per second. Exactly the same as in the previous case here and here. Then we have to calculate acceleration by method 2, by calculus method. Acceleration A is dv by dt, rate of change of velocity. And we know velocity is 5 plus 20t. This 5 is constant, so differentiation of that constant is equal to 0. So you will get 0 plus, what about that 20t? Because 20 is constant, you can take it outside. So that will be 20, dt by dt is 1. So it is 20 meter per second square. So this is what? Acceleration. So this is what application of differentiation in physics. You are thinking that this method 1 is very easy. We can just compare our equation with the second equation of motion, and we can calculate u, a and v easily. But children, if our equation is variable, if our equation is not matching with the equation of motion, then what will you do that? So let us take one more example based on this. You will definitely understand by this method. So I am going to rub this. You may pause this video. Now another example related to that. A body varies such that its displacement s is equal to, suppose it is 5t cube now, plus 7t square minus 10t plus 2. It is varying like this. Now this equation cannot be compared with s is equal to ut plus half a t square. So what will be your next step? Now there is only way, that is differentiation, to calculate, to find your answers. What you have to calculate here? Number one, calculate initial displacement. Initial displacement. Number two, initial velocity number 3, velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds. Number 4, acceleration at t is equal to 1 second. Now how will you calculate that? Initial displacement, what does it mean? Initial displacement means t is equal to 0. Let initial displacement is s naught. So s naught will be equal to, you have to take t is equal to 0 in that expression. So s naught will be equal to 2 meter only. This is your first answer. Now you have to calculate initial velocity. Initial velocity means velocity at t is equal to 0. How will you calculate that? Before that we need to differentiate this, as velocity is delta s upon delta t. But now we need to convert ds upon dt. So if you will replace that s by 5t cube plus 7t square minus 10t plus 2, then you will get 5 constant. You will take it outside. Differentiation of t cube is 3t square using your expression d by dx of x to the power n. So that will be n x to the power n minus 1 plus 7 t square is 2t minus 10 into 1, because dt by dt is 1. 7 was constant, you can take it outside, t square differentiation 2t. Differentiation of 2 is 0. So v will be equal to 15t square plus 14t minus 10. This is v. Here you have to calculate initial velocity. Velocity at t is equal to 0. So it will be equal to 0 plus 0 minus 10. So minus 10 meter per second. That is initial velocity. When you replace that function by t is equal to 0, what will be its velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds? V will be equal to t square, that is 4, 15 into 4, 60 plus 28 minus 10, so that will be 78 meter per second. That is velocity at t is equal to 2 seconds. How will you calculate acceleration at t is equal to 1? So A is equal to delta v upon delta t, that is dv upon dt. You have to differentiate this function. 15t square plus 14t minus 10, that will be equal to 15 outside this into 2t. So that will be 30t. And this is 14 into 1, so it becomes 14. So A is equal to this. You have to calculate acceleration at t is equal to 1 second. So A will be equal to 30 plus 14, that is 44 meter per second square. Now in our next class we'll discuss integration, that is reverse part of differentiation. Till then, find few more examples of differentiation. I'll share few assignments, few numericals based on differentiations related to today's topic after this video. Thank you so much.
Why do you think who can continue to survive? Because if one comes up with the other one definitely pulls up a better one. The next time Coke will come with better. The next time Pepsi will come with something. Like the sound is talking about